Hi guys, welcome to another movie crew review. Today we'll be reviewing Bob Marley, One Love.
Movie stars Kingsley, Lashana, Lynch, and James Norton.
So this film's directed by Reinaldo Marcus Green, who also directed King Richard, and it's the story of Bob Marley from 1976 to 1978 through the One Piece concert at the start, the Exodus riding and tour, and then the Unity concert in 1978. Let's get into the review, guys.
Yep.
Alright, so I'll start.
Sure.
This movie left me a bit, I don't know, walked out being a bit meh. I thought it started really strong, and it started with like a real somber tone with how they had the conflict in Jamaica and how it was very serious, and you felt like there was a lot to do, like a lot of pressure, right?
Yeah.
And a lot riding on the movie, and it goes, okay. And then we sort of leave that, and then the rest of the movie happens, and I felt it didn't feel as heavy.
Yeah.
So it wasn't as impactful because they started with such a heavy topic. And then and then the end, it cuts back to it, or not cuts back, they go back to a very serious tone, and then that sort of ties the story up. But that middle bit for me, yeah, it just started. It didn't grab me, so I don't know. Moon, your thoughts?
Okay. So, yeah, I'm right with you. So, this movie is more like, it's touched on surface level, like they touched on few things in the beginning, like you said. So, they gave you a text in the beginning, they gave you the text at the end. And I think those texts, like, if they showed actually what happened, like how his music was so impactful.
Yeah.
But they didn't show any of it.
You're right, it didn't, across the movie, I didn't feel like it didn't impact at all.
I mean, they did go backstory to him in like flashbacks, but it was very minimal in the film, and it didn't really give much detail.
I was just gonna come to it. So it sort of follows like a non-linear structure, like they give you the flashback, but the flashbacks are again very surface level. They show you a little bit, then they cut back to what's happening now, like at that time. And then they try to like tie it all down, like at the end, but didn't have any impact, like for me.
Yeah.
And they did like another flashback to another point, and that was just, I don't know, I didn't feel anything for that as well. So, I mean, the performance was really good.
Yeah.
From both Lashana, Lynch, and Kingsley.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. But yeah, the movie just didn't hit. No.
So, I wasn't really interested in the film. I came into it with an open mind.
Yeah.
But the film didn't really grab me. I'm not really a big fan of reggae music, so the music wasn't something that was going to hold me to this film at all. So it really had to be the story. And I think it's another concentrated film in that 3 years.
Yeah.
So we don't really see how he becomes famous, nor do we see the aftermath of the Unity concert at the end.
Yes.
It's very much, and it's very focused on, I would even go as far as to say, as it is, Bob Marley, the story of Exodus, as opposed to, because it's not really based on one concert or the other. Most of the film, it's 1 hour 47, including the credits at the end.
Yeah.
And I would say at least 60% of it is in London with him doing the album.
Yeah.
I mean, the best takeaway from me is James Gandolfini's son, Michael Gandolfini. And he really hits home at the scene at the start when they're looking at the album covers, and Bob Marley's talking, and he says, sorry, I can't understand what you're saying. The problem I have is that usually we're complaining that the accents are really poor.
Yeah.
This time they went the opposite direction, tried to get it so accurate that you really do need subtitles to understand what they are saying.
Yeah, it did,
Okay,
it did lose me.
I watched
a little bit.
a channel like Jamaican channel, so
You kind of get the lingo.
I
If it's your
understood
first
literally
time
everything.
sort of hearing a Jamaican
Oh,
talk,
yeah, it must be.
you're going to get very lost because they have
Yeah.
a very specific dialect.
yeah, man, yeah.
And
they talk very together. Like
Yeah.
it sounds very flowy. So
Yeah.
one word goes on to the other. It's not
Yeah.
very announced like
Yeah.
you would have in a typical American dialogue where every word is pronounced phonetically. It's very like flowy and, under the radar kind of speaking. I mean, in terms of the way they portray Bob Marley, I think it's more along the 2013 film Jobs. They really don't talk about any of the negatives. They kind of portray him pretty much as the savior that's going to bring back together Jamaica. And like, even though they do very smallly touch that he has obviously affairs with different women and obviously different kids, it's a very minute part. And
It's just there.
it doesn't seem like, it seems like they put it there for the sake of putting it there, not for any kind of story development. It's something that when you make a film, and especially when the family are involved, because Bob Marley's wife, Rita, she was involved in making sure the film was accurate. They want to portray the family in a certain light.
Of course.
And I think that really does affect it. So it's one of those things that it's not going to give the accurate picture of who Bob Marley is. There's a documentary from 2015 where his family are interviewed for it, but it's got involvement from Martin Scorsese, and they really do speak on how he actually was, and his kids kind of explain how they wouldn't see him for long periods. It gives a more accurate picture, which I think this film, it's more, if you're a fan of Bob Marley and you like the music, this is the film to come and see. But if you're coming to see the story of Bob Marley and his life, you're not going to get it from this film.
Yeah, as a film, it just didn't have a linear, I don't know, everything it touched on was very minor.
Yeah.
You didn't feel anything, sort of, any impact if he did this or if any character did that. Like even when they announced he's got cancer, it's still, everything feels rushed in this movie.
Yeah, it doesn't hit you.
Does it feel rushed?
Well, it feels like
go.
It feels like we spend long periods for nothing, and then all the important stuff is like, let's jam it in, boom. It feels like they go drag, rush. It doesn't feel like a constant pace. I think that's the main issue with this film. Is not the acting, and it's not the music. It's the way the story progresses. It's done too choppy that some scenes are like, whoa, what's happening? What's going to happen next? And then other scenes are like, come on, let's get on to it.
Yeah, I just started, everything you said, like, it just doesn't feel flowy. It's not a great film.
Yeah, like
I can't imagine myself sitting down again to watch this.
No, this is not rewatchable.
Because everything is so boom, 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 you kind of retain everything, and there's no, like, I don't know, understanding to expand it.
The only reason I rewatch these films with the subtitles to understand what they're saying. That to me is honestly the only reason I would rewatch it. I mean, you're not going to really get much more from a second viewing, I don't think. I think they incorporated the original tracks of Bob Marley in this film quite well, which, I mean, it's that constant debate whether you have the actor sing or whether you use the original tracks. I think for this film, the original tracks really helped, but other than that, if you like the music, the film's got a lot of it. If not, it's not really going to be your kind of cup of tea.
Like if this movie was for some imaginary character, I would be completely lost. Like, I knew a bit of backstory about Marley, so I was able to understand. But I'm saying, like, if this was someone else, just an imaginary character, I would be lost completely.
Oh yeah, 100%. I can agree to that. Yeah. Alright, scores. Lynn, how many joints are you giving it out of 10?
Sorry. I'll give it 5 joints out of 10.
Yeah. John?
Yeah, I'm going to give it Bob Marley's daily total, 5 joints out of 10, same as Moon.
Is that a fact?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give it's a solid 5. Yeah, mediocre. if you like Bob Marley, give it a shot. Otherwise, yeah. Alright guys, make sure to like, subscribe, and share the video to your friends and family, and we'll catch you on the next one. Ciao.